And what's going on, guys? Minicall here, coming at you with a video in regards to a war team building strategy guide, which also has the dual effect of also starting to build up a blitz team roster. This guide is going to be essentially, if you have already gotten your Dark Dimension 1 team figured out, your Dark Dimension 2 team mostly figured out, as well as your Ultimus 7 raid team is pretty much done being geared. At that point, you're going to want to probably start shifting your focus on building up different war teams. And there is a couple infographics out there on particular teams to build. This one is one that will be linked in the Discord information and is the most up-to-date one that I could find with all the current teams that are currently in game. The chart kind of is read from left to right, so the left teams are defensive teams. It's going to be these first two columns right here. The columns on the far right are going to be your best offense teams, and teams in the middle are kind of a, neutral. They can be good for either defense or offense. So with this little guide being put up, one thing you can kind of focus on as an alliance, you certainly want 8 full attack teams as well as 8 defensive teams. So as you are building this, I find it most effective to do it in a ratio. So I would say probably the best ratio for us as a whole would be a 2-1, being 1 defensive team to 2 offensive teams. Just because for the time being, we certainly need more attacks than we do defense. So I would suggest starting off with a defensive team, and then after you build up a defensive team, you can then go in and build 2 offense teams, and then just kind of flip-flop between the two. So what you're going to want to look at is as you are selecting your first defensive team to build up, the teams basically scale going down. So the Marauders are going to be probably your best war defense, followed by the Mercs, Asgardians, Hydra, Red Skull, Shield, etc. So what I would probably do as my strategy on this is you are going to want to look for one of these teams that are in this first column, and you will have all of those characters unlocked, and I would choose that team to work to build up. For instance, if you have a full Asgardian team, that is certainly a great option. If you have everyone for the Marauders, that's something you can select as well. So the higher the tier, obviously try to go for that team first. And what you're going to want to do is, you're then going to build up that team in kind of typical fashion. What I kind of suggest is going to level 65, gear tier 12, and then you want the talents at 6, 6, 6, and 4, and that really kind of gets the team going, and they should be able to hold their own. So what you'd want to do, like I said, if you were to say select the Marauders, build up the Marauders, everyone on that team to the desired level. Once you have that done, even after the team is, I would say, higher than a default shield team, so basically if the team power is over 16k, you can certainly slap them on defense, and then as you build them up higher and higher, they will get stronger. Once the team is done and built for a defensive team, you can then come over and look at the offense column and take a team that you already have all of the members. And again, they are going to be, the offense side of things, I wouldn't really say it necessarily is listed in a power column because the offense teams are very dependent on who you're actually facing. But you can take any of these offensive teams, and I would even add the Black Order as a strong offense team as well. And any of these that you have a full team, go ahead and build them up. Kind of the same thing. Level 65, gear tier 12, talents 6, 6, 6, and 4. Once you have that team built up, you can then select another offense team, build them up to the same requirements, and then flip-flop back over to a defensive team. What this is going to kind of do is, as we have been facing stronger alliances, we are starting to run across essentially real alliances that have full defense as well as full offense. And once you have kind of gotten to the point where you have your Dark Dimension team already built up for Dark Dimension 2, at that point your roster really goes into the growth phase. And at that point, that's when you can really start working on your war offense and defense. And this is also going to have the dual effect of, building up some blitz teams, which is going to help you do a lot better in the blitzes. So that's just kind of a quick little strategy guide on some war team building. We'll post this infographic on Discord, and like I said, we're looking to go for a 1-to-2 ratio or 2-to-1 ratio, one defense team to two offense teams, building those teams up to level 65, gear tier 12, talent 6, 6, 6, and 4. And again, like I said, there's not going to be any set requirements on teams that you should be building. Just kind of look at this, and for defense, you're certainly going in the columns, and the higher up on the column, if you already have that full team, try to go for that team first, and then just kind of make your way down. And for offense, just again, kind of the same thing. There's really no rhyme or reason as far as power levels, but pick a team you fully have, and then work on that team. And then, like I said, as this is going, we will start adding more teams to defense, on board defense. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out on Discord at Khaleesi, in-game at any of the three accounts, Minicall, Dracarys, or Khaleesi. Any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to the Alliance leadership. And if you guys need any additional clarification on this war team building strategy guide, feel free to reach out to me. And if there's anything specific you'd like to see, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe, and have a good one.